up, Filipino volunteers hold blessing ceremonies in Ormoc at Tacloban. City volunteers bring relief items to flood victims in different areas in Indonesia. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. In the Philippines, 2 year-end blessing ceremonies took place on January 17th at the Ormoc City Superdome. More than 10,000 local residents, including the mayor's wife, and local government officials arrived to take part.
In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu seeds of love have flourished in Ormoc City, and the volunteer selfless giving has moved many local residents. Painter Ronaldo, who suffers from congenital hand malformations, goes on stage to express his gratitude for Tzu's consolation cash. But before he can say anything, he breaks down in tears.
Palakpakan natin siya.
City volunteers told me not to waste this consolation cash. I will use it to rebuild my home instead.
For Ronaldo, there is no better way to say thank you than to gift the volunteers with a hand-painted canvas. Here at Tzu's year-end blessing ceremony in Ormoc City, moving scenes continues to transpire. Hoping to deliver a perfect performance on stage, 15 choir members arrived at the venue early to practice a song composed by their choir teacher.
With Tzu's consolation cash, my brother can rebuild his home. I am very touched by Tzu's help.
As every bit of aid was hard to come by, DaAi Philippines chapter director Alfredo Lee reminds participants to cherish these blessings, which came from 46 countries worldwide.
We want them to cherish this love which poured in from all over the world. Everyone's compassion has been ignited today, and they are beginning to see a better and brighter tomorrow.
Turning love into action, participants also donate their love to help fellow Filipinos.
I made a contribution because I want to help the Typhoon Haiyan survivors.
Although not familiar with the movement, Violeta Cadilla, the wife of the Ormoc City mayor, nevertheless enjoys Tzu's humanitarian beauty.
Tzu volunteers also brought them love and care.
Participants follow the footprints of Tzu volunteers worldwide and see the work they have done over the past year.
The typhoon has shown us there is no Chinese, there is no Filipino, there is no Buddhist, there is no Catholic, there is no rich, there is no poor. It's just people.
Already some friends who asked me to how to join and how to donate, so I tell them maybe they will install office here in our city. Pass on the love with Master Ching Yen.
At the year-end blessing ceremony, tens of thousands of residents join in prayer for their families and the scarred land. At the end of the event, participants leave with bread that has been donated by the mayor's wife.
They will go home with the blessing from Master Ching Yen, and also they fill their stomach. So because they will walk very far from here, I think about around 2 hours to reach their barangay.
With love flourishing in their hearts, these residents will soon see sunshine after the rain.
Meanwhile, 2 year-end blessing ceremonies was held in Tacloban, Philippines on January 19th, where some 37,000 residents showed up to participate, including the city's mayor and a few special guests.
On this rare sunny day in Tacloban, residents are seizing the opportunity to express their gratitude.
Master Ching Yen, I love you! Maraming salamat!
In just one day, nearly 40,000 residents pour into the Lake Sports Center.
Ready, both hands. Angat natin.
Praying together, participants at Tzu's year-end blessing ceremony are moved to tears.
Memories of how the typhoon wrecked our hometown came flashing back. All the suffering I went through, as well as those who passed away or had their rooftops blown away. I pray that we will rise again. Those who lived should help one another.
In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, many residents not only lost their loved ones and homes, but also lost hope and faith for the days ahead. It was never Lawrence's intention to rob, and thus when given the chance, he worked to start life anew.
Lawrence.
Malaking tulong talaga na akala namin.
At first, we had lost hope, but thanks to Tzu Chi, we found hope again. It is because of Tzu Chi that we, the people of Tacloban, will rise again.
On the first day, I asked why many haven't come to join Tzu Chi's Cash for Work program. They told me that most didn't believe that Chinese or Buddhists would actually help them. But we paid them 500 pesos at 4 p.m. that day, and they went home with the money. The next day, 2,700 showed up.
Amid their despair, residents found it difficult to believe that help had come from so far away and from those of different ethnicities and backgrounds. As residents rebuild their lives, Master Zhen Yan's blessing and wisdom-red envelopes give them the courage and strength to go on. Moved by Tzu Chi's relief work, residents put on their best clothes and shoes to take part in Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony.
My heart has been lightened. I'm really grateful for Tzu Chi's help.
I felt like a burden has been taken off my shoulders.
Among the participants is Zainaida, who is celebrating her 52th birthday by joining Tzu Chi's events.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for helping us through our most difficult time, especially the people of Tacloban. I have had the flu for a week now and have rashes all over my body, but I wanted to come here to express my gratitude.
The residents' desire to pay the love forward has deeply moved the Tzu Chi volunteers.
Some 90% of those who are here today are from impoverished backgrounds. 1 or 10 pesos means a lot to them. But Filipinos are optimistic by nature. So when we inspire that goodness in them, they just want to reciprocate.
Despite the drizzling rain, participants remain determined to take part in the ceremony and hope to gather love and goodness in the days ahead. Among the participants is the mayor of Tacloban City, who arrives at the Lake Sports Center to take part. Tens of thousands of residents are united as one as they sing Tzu Chi's signature song, One Family Together. The mayor then speaks of the changes the Buddhist NGO has brought to the city.
It's good that they're here, and Master Ching spoke that put everything aside and examine your heart, examine your life. Of course, the last several weeks was, very difficult for them. But now they realize that what they went through, where they are now, and most importantly, what can become of them in the future.
Following Haiyan, Tzu Chi launched its Cash for Work program on November 20th, which quickly helps restore cleanliness and hope in Tacloban. And for 3 consecutive days beginning December 14th, the large-scale aid distributions gave over 20,000 residents the relief items needed to rebuild their lives. Behind Tzu Chi's relief work, one government official, John Lim, played an important role.
When we held aid distributions or year-end blessing ceremonies, we asked if police could be on hand to guard our safety. He always immediately agreed to help.
I've always valued the things I've learned in Tzu Chi, and so I've always tried to live my life, even as a government official, through those values. There's great wisdom in what the Master says.
And the director of a local Chinese entrepreneur association has, since the typhoon, inspired many from his community to join Tzu Chi's ranks.
What Tzu Chi has showed compassion to our workers, we likewise, as beneficiaries, and we have seen our eyes what Tzu Chi has did, we will work together. We are encouraging the business sector to go, to be united.
A sincere prayer has no language barrier or differences between the rich and poor, with great love being the best form of healing in times of despair.
Due to rain, Tzu Chi was forced to delay its year-end blessing ceremonies in the Philippines Tacloban from Saturday to Sunday. We now take a look at the preparation work before the main event.
In Tacloban, the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers are overjoyed because finally the sound and lighting equipment that was supposed to arrive 4 days ago is now finally here. The equipment is vital to the success of Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony in the city, but was previously held up by bad weather. The owner of the equipment is also glad things are finally working out.
实在很感动，因为
I'm truly touched. I've spoken with the volunteers here. They are very grateful for the discount and for helping them with this event.
Mr. Tsai generously offered the equipment at less than half price due to his relationship with Tzu Chi. The event is only possible with help from many parties. To make a live broadcast via the internet possible, Philippine long-distance telephone company is here early to install a new high-speed line. Tzu Chi volunteers rely on markings on the ground to help present the beauty of their unified movement to the world, and thus they make sure all markings are correctly placed.
We want to make sure the markings that we made before are still here. We only did half of the work the last time. We want to complete the rest this time. We are going to cultivate such good affinity with 40,000 Tacloban residents. We hope to pass on Dharma and Tzu Chi's spirit to them.
Rain or shine, Tzu Chi volunteers remain in Tacloban, just as they have been since Typhoon Haiyan first struck some 2 months ago. Together with local residents, they look forward to the day that the sun shines again.
To help those in lighter provinces Tanawan who were affected by Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu Chi decided to hold a free clinic. However, due to bad weather, most of the supplies and dental equipment did not arrive on time. Thus, the clinic only offered ophthalmology, internal medicine, pediatrics, and Chinese medicine. Volunteers also decided to postpone the next free clinic to a later date so as to ensure a continued level of quality of the clinics.
In the Filipino town of Tanawan in Leyte, residents are still living in tents some 2 months after Typhoon Haiyan. Rosalina's youngest child is already 2 years old. Her abnormally large tummy is an indication of possible parasite infection.
We have many doctors from abroad. You should come now. Your baby might have parasites in her tummy.
To alleviate Haiyan survivors' suffering, Tzu Chi is holding a free clinic in Tanawan. Volunteers visit 10 areas to extend a personal invitation to the event.
We told them about today's free clinic yesterday, but since it was raining yesterday, they were afraid we would not show up today. So we are here to tell them that the free clinic has begun.
As always, Tzu Chi volunteers follow through on their promise. Medical professionals from the Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia, and even Sweden help make the event possible. Although most equipment is held up by a tropical storm, and thus the free clinic could only offer ophthalmology, pediatrics, internal medicine, and Chinese medicine, residents are still touched. This worried mother has brought her daughter here to see a doctor.
She has a runny nose and has been coughing for 3 days.
2 of her 4 children cannot seem to stop coughing. Once worried sick, Marcel can finally rest easy now.
Many people have passed away here. I was very worried that my children would contract some infectious diseases. I'm much at ease now after seeing a doctor.
Rosalina's baby girl not only has a parasite infection, but also a skin condition.
They noted that her tummy is getting bigger and bigger, yet no deworming was done. And it started it's several months already, even before the typhoon. But no consult done. She is severely malnourished.
Ophthalmology is the most sought-after service here. Because of Typhoon Haiyan, most survivors do not like to go out when they hear a storm is coming. However,
I am here for an eye checkup.
The most common illness here is high blood pressure. Even young people have high blood pressure. Perhaps because of their proximity to the sea, people here eat more fish and meat. and probably use heavy seasoning as well. I think they need some health education.
Because of a tropical storm, the free clinic was not ready the night before the event was to begin.
Because of an approaching typhoon, the weather is bad. It has been this way all week long. Our trucks have been waiting by the pier for 3 days already. Today marks the 4th day. They just can't make it here. We are now trying Cebu.
Even ferries that travel between Ormoc and Cebu have stopped. Thus, many medical supplies, including dental equipment, could not make it to Tanawan. The only things here are 16 boxes of medication from Manila. A delivery truck arrived from Ormoc with 5 boxes of medication just before the free clinic begins.
I don't know what it is I am delivering, but I know you guys need it badly.
He was already waiting at 3 o'clock in the morning, but the parcel holding agency wouldn't release the goods to him as we had originally told them City volunteers will be there personally.
There is not even enough stationery, but in the face of wind and rain, the free clinic begins. However, without equipment, what can 11 dentists present do? A couple of them decide to help with the passing out of prescriptions.
But we have no equipment, so we haven't got a dental clinic. So I had to find something to do, and this seems to be something that helps people. And I'm grateful to have something to do. It's a pity. Oh yes, I enjoy it. I probably have enjoyed more doing my job, but I think I'm helping.
Other dentists help with putting together prescriptions, while some serve as guides. They all do what they can for these people. With over 700 people in attendance, many have to wait their turn at a nearby stadium. While attending to residents' need, volunteers continue to track their supplies and equipment. With their supplies running out and without proper equipment, volunteers decide to postpone the next day's free clinic so as to maintain the quality of the clinic.
If we move the free clinic to Sunday, perhaps the weather will improve later today or by tomorrow, and our supplies will get here.
The volunteers have gone above and beyond to serve Tanawan's residents. Seeing how a simple tropical storm has easily disrupted the locals' life, it is evident it will take some time for normalcy to return here.
In the Philippines, due to the recent non-stop rain, volunteers postponed their upcoming year-end blessing ceremony and returned to Pella Elementary School to continue offering free medical services. Volunteers attended to residents' needs at the free clinic and also carried out house calls for those unable to make it out of their doors.
Tsuchi Foundation, meron po kaming
City volunteers announced the times and date of City's free clinic to the residents of Palo Town. Close to the sea, 33 barangays of Palo have not yet been rebuilt following the devastation of Typhoon Haiyan. As City volunteers carry out home visitations, they meet Mary Durana, who shows them her temporary shelter, which barely keeps her family away from the elements. This 81-year-old grandma caught her cold during the typhoon. Her granddaughter says she has not shown any improvement over the past 2 months, but keeps coughing. In addition, the senior suffers from high blood pressure, putting a large strain on her body.
My grandmother cannot stand on her own. She can only sit or lie on the beds and needs us to feed her.
Volunteers immediately organize a house call to see the patient. With the senior's bad hearing and vision, the doctor needs her family assistance in order to diagnose her condition. A stethoscope and basic tests also come in handy.
After the diagnosis, I found her right lung suffers from bronchitis, so she needs to take antibiotics. I also checked to see if she is suffering from a stroke since she is old.
After the doctor prescribes the medication, City volunteers bring them to the senior's home. Each dose of medication is carefully packed with clear instructions.
My mother wanted to see the doctor because she said sometimes she couldn't even breathe, but I told her we don't have the money, so we can't.
We prescribed 4 types of medication for treating her bronchitis and high blood pressure. She will take them for a week.
Back to the free clinic site, one after another residents show up to receive medical attention, taking advantage of the first clinic in the area since the typhoon. Roxanne Pining has suffered from tooth problems for many years. Thanks to Tzu Chi's free clinic, he finally gets the chance to get to the root of the problem.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for treating my teeth. And thank you, Tzu Chi, for giving residents in Palotang of Leyte province so much help. Thank you very much.
I've checked 13 patients and extracted 15 teeth this afternoon. It's difficult to extract their teeth because they can't lie in a normal position. I have to let them lean against my body and pull their teeth from that awkward position.
This time, other than the dental services, the free clinic also offers 5 other departments, including pediatrics and surgery.
Since they live by the sea, I told them not to eat too much salty food. Besides, they should take their blood pressure on a regular basis and also take their meds.
Skillfully making balloons into all sorts of shapes, doctors offer not only medical attention, but also much-needed emotional relief to alleviate the pain and suffering of the city's children.
Affected by the recent monsoon season, on January 18th, Tzu Chi volunteers distributed blankets and pallets at Kapumurara's emergency shelter. Meanwhile, in Manado, North Sulawesi, volunteers brought 5.5 tons of relief supplies to temporarily ease the suffering of disaster survivors. The streets in Manado, North Sulawesi, are filled with mud and debris as Indonesian residents try to clean up their homes in the aftermath of the recent flooding. To help on January 18th, 26 Tzu Chi volunteers boarded a military plane in Jakarta, bringing with them 5.5 tons of relief supplies. Upon arrival, daily necessities are loaded into 4 trucks ready for distribution. The relief items includes blankets, towels, toiletries, baby formula, and secondhand clothing. Team members also included mosquito repellent. Volunteers plan to spend a week in Manado conducting aid relief and disaster surveys. Meanwhile, flooding in Jakarta has already displaced over 40,000 people. On the night of the 18th, Tzu Chi volunteers visited a temporary shelter in Kaput Muraras to distribute blankets and pallets. On the other side of town, Tzu Chi volunteers and over 100 community volunteers gathered at the Jingsa Hall to ready 3,000 packs of daily necessities. Among the volunteers was Chen Huishen's family.
I'm grateful that our home was not flooded, thus we need to help others who need assistance.
Karena kejadian musibah banjir ini, kita sekeluarga merasa perlu yang kita bisa sumbangsi.
It's hard to see fellow residents suffering, so our whole family felt the need to do our part to help.
With Tzu Chi volunteers on hand to help, residents' heart and mind are eased as they face the difficulties ahead. At the end of the show, we go to the United States, where U.S. Tzu Chi headquarters held a dinner to thank local Chinese media for their support in spreading Tzu Chi's news in the past and future years. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.